if it's a good villain, then the general audience will show up
Yeah, and
and stuff like
honestly,
that.
that is. I'll be real with you. I love BVS, and I like Jesse Eisenberg as Let me bring up a picture here. Jesse Eisenberg as Lex. I thought it was realistic. I look at our boy Elon, and I think Jesse Eisenberg plays him like a Elon, like a current day tech billionaire. Yeah.
Yep.
But what's the new guy's name is Lex? What's the
Nicholas
actor?
Holt.
Nicholas Holt. I'm bringing up Lex Luthor. This is why I think that that Superman is going to get $1 billion. It's because all right, let me bring up an article here. Sorry, I wasn't planning to cover this one.
It's fine.
Oh, that's not a real image. Damn it. Let me find a real image of Nicholas Holt. Here we go. First look at Nicholas Holt. This is why I think Superman's ultimately going to succeed. Or, I mean, unless he doesn't do a good job. I think Nicholas Holt's going to do a really good job.
I think he's going to do a good job. I think this is probably the first time we've ever seen him. No,
the movie rests on Nicholas Holt's performance of Lex and how well the story, the direction is utilized for the Superman movie. This is where it lives or dies for me. And my biggest issues with Hollywood is they don't finish stories and there's not great villains. If you look at all the movies that they call woke or whatever in MCU or what did they have in common besides being this culture war thing? They lacked really good villains. Now, the emotion that you're getting in this image, he doesn't look like a one-dimensional villain. I'm getting really a lot of substance, just even the look of this Lex here. And what I was going to say about BVS, Anthony, is even though I know you like BVS and Justice League, right?
Yeah, but I like the Ultimate better. Yeah.
But do you know we wouldn't even had the Snyder Cut scenario if they had a Lex that was better received.
Yeah.
That one change to BVS, if you had a Lex that people loved, we wouldn't even been in that. We wouldn't even had the Hamadaverse. We wouldn't have had the Gunverse. If Zack Snyder would have got someone else for Lex.
I forgot who was in the running for Lex for Zack Snyder at the time.
Yeah. If that one decision, but before anything else, I honestly believe that the casting of Lex, even though I love Jesse Eisenberg as Lex, if you had someone that really hit with the audience and they wanted to see Lex again, forget about it. Forget about it. And I think this is what's going to really sell this movie. That and a great Lois. I think Superman is important to the Superman movie, but the smallest factor as to the success of it, honestly, because we've never really had a bad Superman. And that really shows you. That it's not really hard to get Superman good. You talk about Superman Returns, right? That was a great Superman.
Oh yeah, Brandon did a good job.
You just didn't have a lot for him to do because the Lex was very homage to Gene Hackman's Lex, very cookie cutter, lack of action, So let's get the conversation back to stuff that really is going to help the box office, the industry. That's where I want to go with this. And I am going to take here. Let me blow myself up for this. I am going to take Sean O'Rourke's money, and I'll be happy to do it because me and my pal Sean have a bet on the success of Superman. And if Nicholas Hoult delivers, like I think he will, in this image, multi-dimensional villain, not just a one-note villain, some substance, some pain, some anger, some actual literal tears there. There's going to be no way people are going to avoid the theater with this Lex, And I think James Gunn has done pretty good with the villains in his.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he
movies.
does a good job with it.
He's gotten better. I
Gotten better
actually
for
think
sure.
the best villain in the Guardian series was High Evolutionary.
And yes, in the first,
The
the
first one
first.
wasn't great. The movie was great, but the villain was just, eh.
Okay.
What was his name?
It was
But it was to set up Thanos, really.
Yeah, it was set up Thanos. Yeah.
So he was a setup villain, and then I didn't like Guardians 2 at all.
Yeah.
But if you have a really competent actor like he did for Guardians 3 with the High Evolutionary, he's also in Peacemaker.
Yep.
And I think this is going to
He
be
dies
role.
in Peacemaker. Rest in peace.
This is the role, and I think there's going to also be a lot of Lex stands too, because, you know how the milkshake brings the boys to the yard. What does a good villain, good sexy young actor villain bring? It brings a lot. There's going to be a lot of Lex stands. That's all I'm saying with Nicholas Hoult. This is going to be a really. I think I'm not saying it's going to be on the level of Heath Ledger as Joker, but I think this is going to be a definitive Lex. That's my thoughts. Sorry, I've gone on. That's why I'm so through the moon for this based on Nicholas Hoult. And I think actually, if you asked Nicholas Hoult before years ago, he's missed out on so many roles, right?
Got a ton. Top Gun.
Yeah.
The Batman.
If you would have asked him what he wanted, he would have probably said Clark. But this is probably going to make him. This is probably going to make him a bigger A-lister. This role.
Yeah, bro, he deserves it. Like, he's something outside of Beast and X-Men. Like, he deserves something that is good, a movie that is doing well at the box office as well. Like, he deserves a villain. And I think it's time to shine as a villain for sure.
Yeah, and that's what makes movies great. If you take any of the blockbuster movies of all time, what do they all have in common? Great villains.
Yep. And people still mention those.
Make villains great again. Make villains great again, and everyone will come back to the theater. Yep. That's the biggest thing. Yes, special effects, story, execution, direction, acting, of course. But if you make these big IP films with great villains that you want to see come back too, like we also, that's another issue. You have a really good villain and they're underused sometimes, and you get rid of them too quick. There's a time to get rid of a villain and have them, have an ending. But let's make these villains great again in 2025. Let's have some great villains. And I think we're on that path with Superman. So thanks for watching me and Anthony. Please get your comments in, what before we end this little topic, where do you think Superman's going to land? And what do you think is going to be ultimately the path to success for the Superman? Do you agree with me about Lex?
Lex, Lois Lane, and
more so than Superman? Like I think he's going to Courtsworth's going to be fine.
I think David is going to be well. I think every Superman in the past done very well with Clark.
Yeah, I can't
Superman. But I just want to see more Lois. I love
I know Amy. You do want to see more Lois.
Yeah, I love Amy. I think she did a decent job while she was given. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough with her. But with Rachel, hopefully, is a very good performance that a lot of people will like from her. And Jimmy as well. We didn't have Jimmy in the last version of Superman movie, so hopefully he's good as well. We did in Superman Returns.
But the first thing you said was that you're kind of in my wavelength, Lex.
Yes,
Lex is so important to this movie.
Yeah. Yes, Lex,
more so than any other character in my view.
Lex, then.
Crypto too is going to sell tickets.
Oh yeah, Crypto. Yeah, everybody's a dog
it's lover. Still, yeah, but if the villain's underused, then we don't have a good threat for Superman. Which that image you're showing right there on your icon.
Oh yeah,
that shows there's a big threat.
Oh yeah, he's knocked the hell out and he's bleeding, and that's what Crypto rescued him in the trailer. So yeah, hopefully, there is rumors we'll be getting a trailer at CinemaCon that is coming out publicly. So we'll see next month, and April 1st, which is a weird day to do your presentation, Warner Brothers, but okay. So hopefully we do get a trailer there and a brand new poster of everyone. from the movie. So yeah, hopefully it does well at the box office. I just want to succeed. I do not want to see I do not want to see DC do Batman for the next decade again. That's getting me boring. Just do a good Superman movie. Do if you're gonna do another Batman, okay, sure, whatever. Hopefully, it's different than Robert Pattinson one. Or maybe I'll do other superheroes. Maybe Green Arrow. I think Green Arrow deserve a live
Yes.
action movie again. He
Yeah.
had a good. He had a decent TV. Yeah, the first three seasons. He had, well, yes, season 5, 6, and 7 was good. Yeah, he had a couple great seasons on the CW. They did great. Hopefully, we get Green Arrow again. Yeah, even though James Gunn been teasing it.
And Black Canary. Whew.
And Black Canary, yes, his girlfriend.
That was the biggest travesty of the Hamadaverses. They had an amazing Black Canary, and that
Yeah,
movie bombed because if that movie would have done great.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But
But hopefully
we're
we do
gonna
see
wrap
more.
up
Yeah.
this topic. Thank you, Anthony. And if you want to see more from me and Anthony with some hot topics, please let us know. And answer the question: what is gonna really make Superman a success for you? What do you think? We'll see you next time.
Peace.